What's up, everybody? Brett here, and I'm back today playing some more Battle Brothers and the Warriors of the North DLC. But we are currently doing our all-peasant campaign and having fun doing it. Guys, I'm a bit under the weather. I mentioned in a previous video, and even right now, like, man, I can't. Ugh. My ears are like popping as I'm trying to talk. It's very uncomfortable. So pardon me if this episode sucks. I mentioned in a previous episode that my son was sick. He brought home some sort of like stomach virus, who knows what. It went around his school. He got it. Unfortunately, the little guy was throwing up. I took care of him for a day. He stayed home from school, and then over the weekend he felt a lot better. But then my wife got sick, and then I ended up taking care of her for basically, man, a little over 24 hours. She was just stuck in bed, and it was miserable for her as well. And I thought I had kind of not got it myself, but long story short, basically yesterday I ended up in the ER due to some complications with my, lifelong illnesses that I battle with. But if it would have just been some benign vomiting, I would have been okay. And maybe I'll talk a bit more about it as we get into it. But I've taken quite a bit of like anti-nausea and some pain medicine to mostly yesterday, not so much today. But I'm still a little bit under the influence, I guess you could say. And I still wanted to make a video for you guys. So without much further ado, I think we left off last time with a bit of a cliffhanger. We're about to get smashed by some Unhold. And I think we can't beat them. Like, I'm almost positive that we can't, especially not without serious casualties. And I'm going to try it. And if we take a bunch of casualties, we'll just reload the save and, abandon these dudes to get their throats cut in the wild. But it sucks because look how close we are to our destination and to us getting paid, quite a bit. So we want to try and do it if we can. Outrun them. Oh god, okay. So here we go, guys. We're going to fight some Unhold. So someone also in the comment section asked that I raise the volume on the video, and I went ahead and did that. I basically raised the master volume by about, I don't know, maybe 5% or so, and I'm hoping that helps. I noticed a difference, but what I didn't want to happen, and what happens if you're not familiar with recording at all, I wouldn't consider myself an expert either, even at this point. But what happens is your voice starts to sound more like a background noise the louder you make the game. And the last thing I want is for me to sound like I'm being drowned out by the game. So, oh dude, you're gonna get whomped. So our only chance for victory at all, guys, is to pick out one Unhold and just mercilessly slaughter it, if that's even possible. It's probably not. We have good DPS weapons. Skirmish axes and hand axes are fine, but we don't have the armor or the HP, looking at Sigurd here, to survive more than one or possibly two attacks from an Unhold. There's just no way. And there's 3 of them. If there were 2, I would say we might have a chance, because we could, jump someone like Magnus forward and lock him down like this. And now it's basically a 2v however many we have. So, okay. Let's get out our cleavers. Cleavers are great weapons versus the Unhold if you can hit them, because they cause bleeding. Another good chance we might have is if we can rout them. And we'll lock down this Unhold as well. So if we could hit them enough times to kind of scare them and start some sort of chain rout. But that was the first solid contact we made, and that's not instilling a lot of hope. That was a pretty heavy hit. We need for Kiriko and Magnus to hold for several turns, which I think they can do. Or he could just grab us, I think, past our shield wall and throw us. That would be pretty bad. Oh man, who's got all those injuries? Yeah, and he just decided to throw us, and just like that, we are not in a good place. And yeah, shield wall did not hold. Alright, good hits from the caravan hand, though. So am I saying that it's impossible for us to do this? Of course not. Like, nothing's impossible in this game, really. If you try enough times and you get lucky. But the likelihood of certain events starts to drop off greatly past certain points. We'll do this one more time. I think we can survive it if he hits us. Man, so close. I don't know if the bleed did not tick off before the attack. And that's another dead brother, potentially. And that raises their resolve. So we needed to kill him before. And we just missed too many attacks. We could also, I mean, there's nothing saying that we shouldn't reload and just try again, and maybe we can just get this fight done. The rewards from this fight are very minimal. A couple 100 crowns worth of stuff we don't really need. Not quite there yet. It's one down. Because you see how he's starting to break? He's currently at wavering status. That lowers their accuracy. So then you get much better chances to make it out of these types of fights alive. That wasn't smart. Blame that on me being like a little out of it. That wasn't a good move because we don't have the fatigue we need to shield wall. We also haven't gotten lucky at all in terms of our shield wall. I think we could have seriously just not taken a hit for several turns if we'd have been lucky. So maybe we just reload and try to take the fight again. I'm down for that if you guys are. It'd be cool to kill our first set of Unhold this early. And our favorite city has a taxidermist. Maybe we can make something good. Yeah, and at this point, if he's got 1 HP. That's crazy. Just move him back there so we know that he's out of the fight completely. A little extra bleed. Alright, that's one running. And at this point, we've only lost one brother, who may not even be dead. And Kalki is on top of the other Unhold, and fortunately for us, Kalki is in perfect shape. Okay, let's see him try and... He can't run, but he still will heal. So we do have to finish him off. Because if he's able to escape from this, he could very easily regenerate enough to feel confident and come back. Wow, I was pretty positive there he was going to kill Kiriko. Come on. And I was really hoping that that would force him to want to rout. But he is not scared of us. We don't want to move too far out of the way just because in all odds he's just going to throw Kiriko and kill him. Whew. Only one brother down though. Interesting. Alright, wavering. Very good. Pretty crappy miss there. That one's pretty bad too. Yeah, down goes Kiriko, and these other two are pretty much not long for this world. He was wavering, now he's back to being normal confidence. Our chances to hit should be very good considering the level of surround that we have. I kind of want to try this fight one more time. I think we could do it with no losses. We'd have to get lucky. It's just that first Unhold has to die quickly. Man, very surprised he's not wavering yet. Let's see how many he kills this time. Yeah. Guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's quit that and let's load up our campaign again. Alright. Try it one more time. Because I think we do have a shot. Just wish these caravan hands were a little bit braver. But the big key to success here is using shield wall to essentially try and taunt out these Unhold so that we can take some time and single the other ones out. We also, because of the weird bushes they had in the last fight, we weren't able to make use of our throwing weapons at all. You'll see there they did pretty good damage. It's not bad. He'll probably heal all that up though. We'll let him come in. We might want to use a spear wall here with Lyria. And I think that basically just forced him to go to the outside. Alright, that sucked. Let's get that cleaver out. Like, we just can't afford to miss attacks. We have awesome weapons for killing Unholds. Grandma's axe, hand axes, those are all pretty good at this point in the game. We're going to move up here, potentially keep him off of that. Off of this space, rather, is what I'm trying to say. When Ulvar jumps here, Nilly is going to go there. So once again, we didn't really do enough damage to him. He's just going to heal up. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, Kiriko. That was super bad. Let's wait and see if he tries to get past that wall. Spear wall, that is. Come on, guys, let's do it. Shield wall him. See if we can't lock him down. Nope. He's going to throw us. He's going to do a double throw. It's alright. We got a pretty full surround here. Keep that shield wall up. It's hard to tell if this is a better start than last time. I mean, this guy's almost dead. Perfect. And I hate using all of our DPS right now on this one that's trying to run. But down he goes, and I was really hoping that that might influence the other one to want to run. Alright, that hurt a lot. I think all we could do is keep stepping in and putting in pressure. Triple bleed. Don't want to attack, that'll just waste our fatigue. If he hits Sigurd one more time, he's dead. So I don't think we'll bring him in. We needed to get these two in here. This is not enough DPS to take it out. If these three would come down here and help Kiriko, that would be something. A little bit more damage. Perfect, guys, we're doing it. And I'm super shocked he's not wavering yet. We've killed one of his buddies. This is dangerous. This might have been like kind of throwy. But normally sometimes you'll get that full surround and it'll freak him out. Because look how close to dead he is. Look how many stacks of bleed. Don't kill him. Alright. Is someone bleeding? Is one of us bleeding from that? I don't think so. I mean, 5 stacks of bleed is 50 damage, if I remember correctly. We're going to have to be pretty careful about taking on this last Unhold too. Honestly, if he wants to run, we'll let him. I would greatly prefer that. These are the types of misses we can't have, guys. Alright, down he goes. Okay. You can't fight, Sigurd, or you'll probably die. Warner, you can go down. Get a bit of like a pseudo surround so that next turn we could post up in the correct spots. I think Magnus could join the fight. Man, look at all the injuries. Infected wound, pierced arm muscles, pierced leg muscles, ripped ear. You gotta be a man to keep fighting out with all that stuff. Come on, you guys, get in the fight. You got jerks. We'll step up. We don't know where he's going yet, because we haven't pinned him down. So we're not going to make all of our movements just yet. We need to know what he's doing. Let's see where he goes. Alright, and he went for the stun. That is fine with us. Alright, we need another quiver. Loaded. I don't think we have one, so we might just have to go with the knife. Our best bet for sure is to break this thing and not try and kill it outright. And our best bet for breaking it is to surround it. Alright, good shot. The Warforks have been coming up big for us. A little bit of our surround. Our odds increase. 2 more stacks of bleed. I like it. And he's wavering. Yeah, we don't have... I don't think we have another set. So he's going to heal. He's going to hurt somebody. Okay. No one died, though. And he took a ton of damage from bleed. I think we could kill it this turn. Bring Sigurd closer just in case we need that extra hit to finish it off. Alright, the Warforks have to hit. They are our biggest source of DPS right there, and that's it. So yeah, guys, with a little bit of, perseverance, we did it. And all it cost us was a ton of injuries. But we got some good levels. Got some crafting ingredients we can't do anything with. Nice. Would have been really cool if they had given us all bones, and then maybe we could have made something cool with the bones. Some bone plating. But we did it, and we're going to get paid just enough to stave off starvation. We did it. And how many... Man, how many medical supplies do we need now? Between 12 and 31, and we have 6. We also don't have any ammo or any tools. But we did it. And that's why we couldn't afford to abandon that fight. We just needed the things too much. Good price on tools. We may have to pick that up. Let's sell this junk. We'll probably hold on to this and just sell it at Thal, which I think is where we're going next. Before we do anything, let's check the contract. So, Halston comes along with a small boy racing at his side. When they get to you, the pair talk at the same time, stop, and then start again. You hold your hands up and then point to the little boy, who immediately says that Horik of Bramingstead wishes to see you. You then point to the battle brother, who says a local bitch has birthed puppies and maybe the dirty peasant could take one. Pursing your lips, you tell the boy to take you to his master, who is found already waiting for you. Where do you need us to go? Back to... okay. I think he wants us to go, like, back where we came. Yeah, back down there. I would much rather stay around Thal and see if we can't get some good contracts there. Doesn't really hurt to look at all the stuff we can't afford to buy. Let's check out the new hires. There might be someone in here worth getting. I think once my campaign took off, I would probably recruit nothing but militia. They just have like the best chance out of all of these guys to become decent fighters. Brawlers are okay as well. But we're sitting at only 10 men right now, and that's just not good enough. Okay, Lyria, what do you got? I'll take that 3 in fatigue. We'll take that 2 in melee skill. Take a 2 in melee defense. Kalki, what do you got? 4 in fatigue, that's very good. 3 in melee skill. And let's take a 4 in resolve, because I feel like if you live long enough, buddy, you'll probably be our sergeant. I could already give you rally the troops. That's a bit early, but if we can get that that ambition, it'll just immediately proc. Lyria, we wanted to give you... Honestly, all of our brothers need shield expert. Anyone that's going to be in the front line has to have shield expert. Oh man, a 1? Come on. A 3 in melee defense though, that's pretty good. And I'm looking at this 4 in resolve or this 4 in HP, and I think I'll take that. Get him just that little bit tankier. Because at this point, if we start losing people, we're going to be pretty upset. So we could start taking crippling strikes, fast adaptation. If we know for a fact that Halston's going to be a ranged bro, which we really don't because his stats actually go more towards him being a frontline fighter. So let's just take Brawny for now until his role is really clear. We don't actually have... I don't even know if we have a single bro. Like, yeah, Werner the Miller might actually at some point become a backline fighter. Simply because he at least has decent range skill to start with. And he has a star in it, so... Right now we're pumping both just because he may... If he doesn't become an archer, he'll stay a throwing weapon bro. Okay, you want us to deliver this box. It's not a lot. But we, at the very least, we can repair and heal. We'll buy the tools. We're good on food, but we need to buy... Sadly, we need to buy medical supplies, and this place is not great for that. Let's sell. And I think we can also afford to sell the Unhold heart. Just to make sure we have enough crowns to get there. And we need ammunition as well. Okay. Could sell the hide too, that's... I don't like that. Alright guys, let's keep going. Let's go back to Jim and Scott. Would like to visit Thal first though. Repairing our gear. Healing up our brothers. We now actually have probably more than enough medical supplies than we need to make that a reality. And it's closed, but at least now we know that they only have a level 2 contract for us. So what I'm hoping to do to make this worth it, this particular set of road right here, you see all these battle sites, there's tons of barbarians here. And I was hoping maybe we could piggyback on some of this stuff and fight some people. Explore the land a little bit. Oh wow, look what's right off the road. Yep, don't want that. Let's get way the heck away from there. Whew. So guys, just to talk a bit about being sick. Like, I've talked about this before. So, you know, pardon me if you're not interested in this type of conversation, but I know a lot of you out there probably have permanent illnesses like I do, or disabilities, whatever the case may be, or injuries even. And I just want you guys to know that you're not alone. I mean, life can suck when you're either stuck inside your house or, man, all different things. You know, what I had for the longest time, mostly, and it's kind of what ended my military career, was I started getting sick with ulcerative colitis. And it was one of those things that at the time and where I was, like, no one really knew what it was and no one knew how to treat it, and it was able to go so advanced that there was nothing, once it was there was nothing anyone could do. And looking back on those times is really hard, but like I came through it okay. You know, it took years and years. I've had so many surgeries, you know, and many other medical issues besides. But like I'm standing here on the other side of it all, doing much better. And the only thing that actually causes me any grief at this point is what's called like a bowel obstruction. And that's because I don't have a colon anymore, you know. So sometimes I'll eat something, maybe eat a little bit too much, or maybe I'll eat something like fried food, which I try to stay away from, especially like French fries or, you know, like really heavily pan-fried like Chinese food, stuff like that. I stay away from that because my body can't process it, right? So the other night I ate some food that I should have eaten. Normally I just eat a very small portion and I set the rest to the side, but I was distracted and I was just kind of sitting there talking and playing with my kids, and I ate before I knew it, I had eaten almost all the food. And in addition to the stomach bug forcing me to, throw up, to have all these other problems, I also, in the course of being and like retching and doing all that stuff, I ended up with a bowel obstruction, and it's incredibly scary for me because I don't have a colon anymore. If I get a bowel obstruction, which basically, if you're not familiar with that, the intense pain that comes with it, it's like someone's literally got their hands around your intestines and is strangling them. That's what it feels like, and it's like this really intense stabbing pain. So once that starts happening, my biggest fear is that I'm going to lose basically my freedom. I would end up, the only way to fix it before having, basically what they do to fix it is another major surgery. They basically give you a permanent colostomy bag. That's the only way to fix it. And I've had a colostomy bag before. If you're not familiar with what that is, feel free to look that up. I'm not going to go into too much detail. But that is not living, guys. I'm not 70 years old. For me to have the next however many years of my life with a colostomy bag would be miserable. And, while I have only myself to blame for eating too much food, I also, you can't foresee getting sick like that and having them kind of work together against you. But fortunately for me, it was able to clear up on its own as it has in the past, because otherwise I would have been in a pretty rough shape. They're just kind of passing us around. Let's tell them we need some time to think about this, because this other contract might be something more battle related. No, they just want us to keep making all these shipments, which I actually don't mind, because we're in bad shape and we need to heal. This is not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go into the armory because they have another padded leather for us. We could sell the sling. I just want to get up to 2 days. There we go. Sling's something we can definitely get if we want. And everybody's got to get out of these padded, or into these padded leathers. We can't have brothers wearing shirts. Animal hide armor is pretty bad. That's got to go. How good is that? That's much better than his current feathered hat. There we go. Yeah, everyone's got to get healed up. And the game is kind of like giving us an opportunity to heal up. And if we find a small fight, I'd be happy to take it. And if I were really scared, I would probably just walk behind that caravan. But as you saw, those caravan hands don't really help very much. You basically have to make them fight. Alright, and hopefully this is another good contract for us. Northeast of here, okay. Vacated dwellings. He just wants to know where it is, but... which is easy, too easy. But what we're going to do is we're going to camp out and see if we can't. Okay. A man wearing bear fur is cutting a hole in the ice. He looks at you just as the rim of his cut drops and he punches it into the water. Come, traveler, take ease beside me for a time. I'm harmless. Okay, I've never seen this before. This might be cool. The man snorts and tests his fishing rods and sighs when there's no pull. I went south a few years back, stayed there a few years just as well. That's how I know your tongue so well. When I was down that way, I tasted what you call vegetables. Disgusting things, truly. And the South wonders how we grow so big and strong up there in these wastes. I'll tell you, we can't grow no effing vegetables. Only thing we eat has to die, and nothing with a heartbeat is willing to die easy. We need another drink. Huh. That was cool. I was hoping we might get like a barbarian bro to join us. I had never seen that before. So they want us to go to Ragnar's range, but it says it's to the northeast, so I'm assuming it's up here. We'll start by scouting this area, and then we'll work our way this way. I'm hoping it's not far because we only have 3 days worth of supplies. To try and find it. Okay, we find it. He says, well, it's already time to return to Reinhardt the Burgermeister, as vacated dwellings was easier to find than you figured. Marking on your map, you pause and chuckle and shake your head. What luck. I mean, I'm happy we found it. I would like to attack it, though. And I think what I'm going to do, guys, mostly because I'm feeling like crap, I'm going to save the game. We've got some injuries, but I think health-wise we should be fine. Sigurd's not doing so hot. But he's the only one. His melee skill is down by 25%. Let's go in here and see what we have. But guys, I basically told you about my medical woes just to tell you, for those of you out there who are dealing with it yourself. Oh my god, this is way too many. No, we are going to retreat. Retreat. This is the first time I think this playthrough we've used the retreat button. Luckily it's against zombies and they can't really catch us. I can't see what else is there. I don't know if you can cancel a retreat once it starts. We could probably beat them, but at what cost I don't know. 19 is just a scary number. If they're all just unarmored zombies, as some of them appear to be, but if there's a single necromancer in there, then we might have a problem. And right now we haven't lost anything. Just a very small and moderate amount of time. And our brothers might suffer some sort of penalty for this. That's okay. Because we're going to walk back and get 300 crowns. And we know this place is here now if we're in great shape and we just want to find someone to fight. But yeah, to go back to my point about sickness, like, either you're dealing with it now, you've dealt with it in the past, or you'll deal with it in the future. Everybody gets sick, everyone goes to the hospital at some point. Your appendix, your tonsils, you know, what, even stuff that's mild like that. Yeah, they did have a necromancer. Yeah, I'm pretty glad we skipped out there. No one there was super dangerous, but it could have turned into a grind fest where we lose some people. And the upside there is just some broken, busted gear we don't really need. What we want to fight is raiders. Thank you, sir. And this is a package delivery. To where? To Thal, okay. And let's check on the possible recruits here. I would kind of like to get a butcher. They have deserters, okay. I wasn't sure if we'd be able to recruit deserters. They're more like, in my mind, they're more middle of the road type guys. Ragnar Hill's got a weapon I wouldn't mind having. There are a lot of deserters here. We could pick up Bertwin the Cleaver. So Bertwin the Cleaver, with droughts ruining the farmlands, Bertwin's butcher shop took off in Gemmenschnat. The man's friendliness with poachers caught up with him, ultimately leaving him on the road with a retinue of the local lord's men on his tail. Bertwin is known to bite his tongue and savor the blood. Ooh, he's kind of a creep. I think we can afford him. Oh no, he's fat. And club-footed. Oh man, he's terrible. He's not good at all. Damn. He is not good at all. Well, that was a misplay for sure. I was hoping to, you know, get something good out of this, but we did not. You see a title like the Cleaver or something like that, you think maybe you've got a guy who'll get some good stars or something like that in his melee skill, but that's just not what happened. I would happily take a fight with a few thralls. Go off-road for a second. Yeah, and there are barbarians. These are 5 reavers. And just due to the way I feel right now, I may actually end this early. I hope y'all don't mind. Man, because all we're doing right now is getting these weird missions. Alright, this wants to pay us significantly more. To Unhold. Let's just check what's here while we're here. Would love to pick up this male coif. Let's sell this stuff. I mean, even if I could afford to make something from the bones, I can't. I don't have the armor to put it on, so let's get that male. Carico gets that. Sure, you might as well have something. The butcher's apron's not going to protect you, I don't think. If I were a little bit richer, I would buy these padded leathers. There are also really cheap leather lamellar armors here, which are 95 compared to the 80 of the padded leather. Oh man, we could have... If we hadn't bought that stupid butcher, we could have bought this poacher. Complete with his own bow and everything. That would have been a much better pickup for us. So where do they want us to go in Thal? They want us to go to Unhold. Okay, that's no wonder they're willing to pay us so much. But we're borderline broke, so let's accept the contract. We're nearly out of food, so we need to buy some more. I'm pretty sure they'll feed us on these types of missions. But let's go. I guess we'll stick to the road. And it's cool because it's still part of the same kingdom, right? It's still part of the same noble house. Yeah, we're going to kill these thralls. We need this type of fight. And that looks like reavers. Excuse me, like 5 reavers. Oh man, we're at the bottom of a hill, but they may take out their throwing weapons, in which case we're going to have to rush them. See if we get lucky. You never know. Dog's got to go first. And then we'll see if we can't ascend the trail here. It's so annoying to try and talk with my ears popping. When I was in the Army, I first got to one of my first duty stations. It was in California. And the elevation there was unlike anything I'd ever been used to before. And I just got there like basically the day before. And I had to take a physical fitness test the next day. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I was basically like fresh out of basic training. I could run like, you know, nobody's business. And I start to run and instantly my ears pop. And it was the most miserable thing ever. Trying to run with your, you know, your ears just non-stop popping, and it was awful. Cleaver's not long for this world. Butcher, rather. We're going to see if we can't make our entrance up this way. But yeah, I still remember it. Like, I basically almost failed that test. Yeah, his only chance of getting out of there was to run. I was basically throwing away 300 gold, which hurts us now, but later in the campaign, as I've said before, 300 gold won't be anything to us. That's bad, though. We just needed to try and make like a little beachhead up here. Curious which way these guys will go. The stun there is rough. I'll take one hit, that's fine. And we'll send Sigurd back here to help. And now that we're going around, we've kind of got the high ground on them. Once you get behind them. Halston is a bit in trouble. If we can support, we need to. Yeah. Some minor miscalculations in this fight. Like I said, blame it on the drugs, guys. Some of those anti-nausea pills can be pretty devastating when you're sick. Don't kill him, come on. Perfect. So that's what I was hoping for. We could kill one of them, I felt like, easily. Nice! Just like that, Halston is saved. We've got a triple surround up here. Should make it very easy for us to land those hits. And all we lost was one Doopy Cleaver guy. We should probably go step on this corpse to make sure we pick up that hand axe. And that helmet. I'm going to be wanting those back. This guy's on a pretty good defensive little position here. We can't really surround him. And every brother that we can put on him is on him. We've got to kill him with these four, basically. We can move Sigurd, though. And bring up Wee-Nilly. Now, I don't know if we're going to fight the Reavers. That's a real fight. If we were in perfect condition, I would fight them for sure. Yeah, down goes Bertwin the Cleaver. But we get our gear back, which is all I care about. Peace out, Bertwin. You disappointed us greatly. Man, some Reavers. If we could get their weapons, that's what... And honestly, though, hand axes and Scramus axes, that rhymes, that's good stuff. Like, we're already basically at their tier of weapons. It's their two-handed weapons that I want. Take a 3 there. Definitely a 3 there. Okay. Because we could pull them into this trading caravan, but the trading caravan is like 3 guys and 2 donkeys, probably. Or 4 guys and 1 donkey. You know what, guys? That's going to be it for today. I'm super sick. I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do some more stuff. I still have to record some more today, and hopefully the quality of all my videos doesn't suck for a couple days. But hopefully you still enjoyed this playthrough. We're still grinding. We're making the most out of it. We're leveling. We're picking up bits of gear here and there. We beat 3 Unhold without any help from the damn caravan hands. And right now we're just kind of in survival mode, but you know, as we survive, we're also progressing. You know, we picked up a male coif, 2 padded leathers, and several levels. We basically got a level on almost everyone this episode. And very soon, we'll look at 5 Reavers and we'll just absolutely destroy them. But for now, they're still a pretty tough challenge, and we'll try and take them out at the beginning of the next episode. So guys, without any further ado, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, y'all, I will see you in the next one. Take care.